We're recording a special guest, special moment. We're talking about NFL. There's a lot of stuff that goes on, and we were talking about a lot of stuff on our show. We're going to get into a little bit deeper into the NFL aspects of what happened this week. Jets beat the Eagles. TJ and I couldn't be more happy.
Hold on a second. Before we do that, can you just take a journey with me real quick? Okay?
I'm there.
Do it with me. Go back to last Saturday. Yes, I want 2 dimes on the Jets money line. Okay, awesome. Yep. Yeah, stupid bet. I know. All right, have a good day. I fucking wish, dude. We'd be having a different conversation right now. We'd be in Atlantic City right now.
What would that have paid out?
It's hard to backtrack to look up what the money line was, but I want to say, what were they? 9? Was it?
I think they're plus 300, yeah.
Take that all day of the week. What is that, 60 G's? Right out the gate?
Well, 2 dimes is what? You saying
20 grand.
No.
20 grand. 2 dimes is 2,000.
No, 2 dimes. A dime is
$1,000.
A dime is $10,000.
A dime is $1,000.
We're hanging out with different people.
Yeah, I guess so. A dime is $1,000. A nickel is 500.
I go big money.
I don't know what big money. Listen, Johnny Manziel, I don't know what big money you're fucking playing with, but
not mine. It's usually my wife's, and then if I lose,
the criminals that I hang out with,
break my legs.
Back in the day when I was lending money, a dime is $1,000. And we have friends of ours, that asked me to borrow money back when I was lending money. Like they asked to borrow big money, and I was like, I pulled the fucking Ralph Cifaretto, and I was like, no thanks, because I can't hurt you. I'm good.
Oh yeah, you never lend money to family or close friends.
I looked it up. It was plus 45 was the best odds you're getting. Most sites were giving plus 235. So
that's it.
Still pretty good, yeah. But it's still pretty.
I don't know what those numbers are. I don't know.
Put 20 grand on that.
Oh yeah, put 20 grand. Of course, anything looks good. 20 grand.
I mean, the Giants. That's the one you wanted to hit. They were plus 500, I think. That's the one you wanted to hit. Too bad they didn't call the back-to-back pass interference for the Giants.
You know what? Let's talk about that because the Giants got fucked. And this isn't me being a Bills hater. Me knowing the rules. Me knowing that certain teams get certain calls. The Giants got fucked on the last play. It was clearly pass interference. The guy never turned around. And I know that it's not a qualifying factor, but he's also pulling on the guy's jersey.
Yep.
Come on, man.
Dude, if you're going to call Sauce Gardner against Kansas City as pass interference, how do you not call that? Sauce 100%. Gardner was turned around. They were both hand battling each other, and the ball was nowhere near completable.
The receiver ran into Sauce Gardner flat-footed. So now he hit him, and he's falling down.
And Sauce Gardner was both turned around and in a better position to make a play on the ball, but the ball didn't get to either of them. And yet, pass interference, Jets get screwed. You know what I mean? And not to go off on a tangent, this is after the Browns issue where they essentially handed them the fucking game.
Yeah, but I think what happened there was the refs did not want to call pass interference two plays in a row.
But that's bullshit. That's not the rule.
I know it's not the rule, but that's what the
rule is. Not like you can only get one pass interference call, and then the next it's a free one. The next one,
right? Listen, like imagine stabbing somebody and then stabbing somebody else. Be like, you're in trouble for the first one, but the second one's okay because we don't want to.
I'm a Giants fan. I was fucked by it. I got fucked over because I was like, oh, here we go. Put it on the 1 yard line again. Let's run it back, and nothing. There's nothing at all.
So my question for you, Rook, is that a Seahawks situation?
If you. Yeah.
Is it? No, do you think it is?
I don't think it is.
Do you want to see them bootleg maybe instead?
I actually like the play. I think that was a great play call, and it would have worked if he didn't hold his jersey.
I concur. You give the ball to the best player on the field. You always in a goal line situation, you always give the ball to the best player on the field. We saw it with the Jets in week 1 where they gave the ball to Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Here's the thing. The reason why they didn't do it again was because at the end of the first half, you remember the Bills stuffed Saquon on the 1 yard line.
Okay.
So I think they didn't want to do the run again because everyone in the stadium's thinking this ball has to go to Saquon.
But again, that's why you bootleg.
Yeah. No, I agree.
That's why you play action.
I think the bootleg probably would have worked a little better because then you don't have to worry about the pass interference.
Honestly, with a quarterback like Tyrod, who wants
probably could have got it done.
Who wants to beat the Bills.
And he really, I think that would have been the play because Dable and Tyrod, obviously, are both from. There's a bunch of people on the Giants right now that are from the Bills organization. So they all probably wanted to get that win against their old team. And I think they should have gave it to Tyrod. They should have done it. But like, I agree with you. I didn't think about that before until right now you said
one of the plays that the Jets used to run, and they haven't run in years. They used to run it with Mark Sanchez, and they used to run it with Chad Pennington, was a bootleg into a run. The RPO, the run play option, the run pass option, right? So you do some play action. Everybody thinks the ball's going to your top-notch runner because that's what you do. You run the football. And your quarterback, who's not mobile, walks into the end zone because everybody's stacking the run. Yeah. Nobody's looking for you. Worst case scenario, you got one man to beat, and then it becomes a who wants it more. Yeah. And I love that. I love that RPO where it's just like, run some play action, quarterback scrambles, like he rolls out to the left or to the right. And generally it's to the left because most quarterbacks are right-handed. And you just sit there and say, all right, safety or linebacker that's following my quarterback, who wants it more today?
Not even that. Just hopefully I can fall forward.
But again, you want it more at that point. Yeah. You want it more.
You would maybe if you did the bootleg because Tyrod is kind of mobile, even if they had someone who was spine and maybe you want to have maybe Waller on a drag.
And there's somebody on the outside. You're right. And I agreed with that. They didn't do that. They lost. The refs kind of screwed them. A lot of Bills fans are chanting and cheering about this, but really, dude, like the 1-5 Giants and you're throwing a parade through Buffalo over this.
Listen, a win's a win, but we all know that these degenerate Bills fans, they just want to put themselves through tables. That's it.
I don't understand. Two things that I hate about Buffalo Bills fans. One, throwing yourselves through tables. I think it's fucking stupid. Just the dumbest group of human beings that ever lived. You're just ruining a perfectly good table for no reason. Some of you guys like 35 years old. Get a fucking job.
Who do you think you are? The Dudley Boys? Come on, grow up.
At least the Dudley Boys were entertaining. They did it on TV. If you throw yourself through a table and nobody's watching, you're just a moron.
Wait, what about the guy on the Bills? Do you guys ever see this? They did a documentary on ESPN about it. It was like a 5-minute short on NFL Sunday. There's a guy who's a Bills fan who just lets everyone throw mustard and ketchup on him. You ever see that? He sits there with 2 hot dogs in his hands, and everyone just pours mustard and ketchup during the pregame, and he's head to toe in ketchup and mustard. It's disgusting. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever.
What's wrong with these people in Canada?
Yeah, it's definitely some kind of weird kink.
Big cat. I love what you call Buffalo, Canada.
Buffalo is fucking Canada. I was stationed in Buffalo for 6 months. I looked around and I was like, where the fuck am I? This is not America anymore. Clearly, it's not. All right? They have more Tim Hortons than they do anything else. It's not fucking America anymore, okay? They say things like a boat. That's not. They watch Degrassi on a Monday through Friday situation. They continue to watch the Buffalo. They continue to watch and support the Buffalo Sabres, despite the Buffalo Sabres being the Buffalo Sabres.
I was going to say, they're not technically, it would actually be a dig at them, a dig at Canada, because at least Canada has Hockey Night Live and Friday Night Hockey and, the OHL and all the good stuff. So at least you can catch a hockey game 4 out of 7 days a week in Canada. You don't get that in Buffalo. You do,
because you get the Canadian channels.
Yeah, but you're not getting the OHL and shit.
You get the Canadian. You are. I'm telling you, I was stationed there. You get everything. You get everything, including the class.
Getting good old Don Cherry. I don't even think is Don Cherry still fired.
But point being is that the goddamn it. And the other thing I hate the first thing I hate is them throwing themselves through tables and taking shots at fireball at a fucking ugly girl's ass cracks. I've seen that too. But the second thing I hate about Buffalo is Bills Mafia. There's no fucking mafia in Buffalo. I don't know what Canada has as far as organized crime is concerned, but that's what Buffalo has.
If we're going to run down a tier list, right, of mafia, since it's all technically New York, even though that's Canada. But
that's fucking Canada.
Right? You're going to go Italian Irish mob, right? Then probably Russian mob after that. And then I would say the Jewish mafia, which exists, Albanian mafia, and then you got the gay mafia, still well ahead of the Bills mafia. Am I wrong?
No comment.
I'm pretty sure like the mole people mafia for those weirdos that live in the sewers in New York City still ahead of the Bills mafia.
But there is no mafia in Buffalo. And then
there is a gay mafia. Don't fuck around.
There's going to be some fucking Buffalo fan that goes, "Oh, what about this one guy that had a family, a crew?" You know what? You're the fucking Sopranos. You're not a family. You're a glorified crew. Okay. There's organized crime everywhere. Buffalo is not known for having an Italian mafia because that's what mafia is. Mafia is Italian. That's it. Everybody else is a mob. Okay. The mafia is Italian, and the Italian 5 families are from fucking New York City, not northern fucking Western Canada. All right.
What are you talking about, bro? Right? They go up and they shake down the Cheerios factory.
I will say this: Duff's is amazing, and the Cheerios factory smells awesome on 81. But I digress.
But why wouldn't you throw yourselves into like a kiddie pool full of Cheerios? That would make more sense than
we should move on.
I would respect that if they had a fucking kiddie pool filled with milk and Cheerios and they body slammed each other into that. I'd be like, I get it. But instead, they throw themselves through fucking tables for no fucking reason and take shots of Fireball at an ugly fat girl's
isn't whiskey, which is not whiskey. They had to come out and say it. It's not whiskey. It's a malt beverage. There's zero whiskey in Fireball.
Move on to the other week.
No, there's no moving on. We're shitting on fucking Buffalo and shitty whiskey.
I will also say that we did this to talk to Giants, and then we talked about shit on Buffalo for the last 10 minutes.
I will also say that beef on Weck is good. But let's, again, back to the Giants. I don't know. I don't think there's a controversy as far as quarterbacks are concerned with Tyrod Taylor and Daniel Jones. But I do think that Tyrod Taylor is better. There will not be a controversy because Daniel Jones is making $40 million a year. But I don't think Daniel Jones is playing this week, is he?
I don't think he is. He practiced again. He's throwing, but he's not. He's not making any no contact practice. So
means nothing. You had Aaron Rodgers throwing before the Eagles game on the field, which is sick. Not gonna lie.
That's true. Means nothing.
You think if like the Jets manufactured a way into the playoffs and made a run, and God forbid Zach Wilson like stubbed his toe, and they're in the red zone to get into the Super Bowl. You think that like Aaron Rodgers would be like, "Yo, listen, coach, for this situation, you got to put me back active duty. Like I could just fucking stand there, man. I don't have to do much. You never know when you need that arm."
So I don't think there's a controversy so much as with Daniel Jones and Tyrod Taylor, but I think what I do think is that right now, as we were saying in the other podcast, is that I think he just gives him a better chance to win right now because of the elusiveness that he has. We said it before, 3 sacks this week against a pretty tough Buffalo Bills defense. And what I think it was like 11 sacks the week before for Daniel Jones. Like
something ridiculous.
10 sacks the week before that. Like the offensive line's really bad right now. They signed Justin Pugh literally off the couch. He said it.
I thought he played a great game.
I think he played really well considering he just got signed. He's been for maybe 2 weeks. He was supposed to play guard. The left tackle gets hurt, and they move him to left tackle. And then the first couple of plays, obviously, he's not playing that well. But then he picked it up, and I think he played a lot better than he did. I mean, he's a veteran. He's been in the league for a very long time. He was the second stint with the Giants now. And I think the offensive line is a mess. I'm not saying Justin Pugh, not his fault. It's just they didn't address it. They left some of the same guys. Evan Neal's a bust. We all know that.
Clearly, I won't say that Evan Neal's a bust. I won't say that only because you're seeing the Mekhi Becton resurgence right now. Granted, Mekhi Becton had a really decent rookie season. I think more surprising is La'el Collins not being healthy because the Jets and the Giants brought in La'el Collins for a workout, and neither team, who both need offensive line support, neither team signed him. So clearly La'el Collins is not healthy. There aren't options out there. I love fans that sit there and say, "We'll just sign an offensive lineman. Why won't you just go get a better left tackle?" As if they're just sitting on the shelf, just chilling out. Like,
well, that's we said before.
Like your car is broken. Just go out there and buy a Lamborghini. What's the fucking problem? You can't just buy one.
And that's what we said about Zach Wilson. Like, you can't just pick up a quarterback off the street and be like, "Hey, this guy's going to start and win the ball
and magically be better than the guy that you've already had and knows the playbook and he's been doing things like." And God bless Zach Wilson for being better. But I don't want to talk about the Jets just yet because we're talking about the Giants. They gave the defending AFC East winners. I won't call them champions. Winning a division is not really a fucking accomplishment as far as I'm concerned. They gave them a run for their money. And honestly, I think the Giants should have won that fucking game. They got fucked by the refs. It is what it is.
I said it before. Bobby Okereke played out of his mind.
Played a great fucking game.
Very good.
A lot of respect for him.
Michael McFadden. I love Michael McFadden. He's probably my new favorite Giant right now.
I think
all heart.
And you know,
2 turnovers.
It's so funny. I the week before I said something about the refs fucking the Jets. And somebody goes, "Oh yeah, because why wouldn't you want a team in a big market to win? Like, you're crazy if you think the NFL doesn't want a big market team to win." And just to clarify for people, the Jets and the Giants sell out regardless of whether or not they're a good team. The Jets have been fucking trash since 2010, 2011. All right. They have not been really good, not consistently. Maybe one good season sprinkled in between the Fitzmagic season that we had. And yet the Jets have never been blocked out of fucking being watched on television.
Never.
Like the Detroit Lions were at one point. Okay.
Yeah. And
that means that people go to the fucking game regardless of whether or not the Jets are winning.
And if you're a season ticket holder for Jets and Giants, you're also paying the PSL, which is on top of your own ticket. Those sell out.
We fill up our stadium whether we win or lose. We may not fill it up beyond the first quarter, but the ticket is bought when the game starts. Okay. Mm-hmm. There are enough corporations in the New York City area. And when I say the New York City area, I mean the metro area, which includes New Jersey and Connecticut and upstate into Rockland County, in Orange County. All right. And obviously into Nassau and Suffolk, that tickets are sold regardless. The NFL does not need the Jets or the Giants to win games in order for people to watch the Jets and the Giants.
Right.
Maybe nationally, yes. Mm-hmm. But the New York media, the New York area is so thick with fans that just want to watch a game. People will come to New York and go, fuck it, I'll go watch the Jets and the Giants in New Jersey simply because they're here. Okay? That they don't need the Jets and Giants to be successful. They don't. It's like the Yankees. You don't need the Yankees to win ball games for people to go to Yankee Stadium. People are going to go because it's the fucking Yankees. And that's how simple it is.
Case in point, the New York Knicks have been terrible for over 2 decades. And they sell out.
And they sell out every fucking game. Great call. Great call. The Rangers, they're good right now, but for a little bit, there was a stretch where they were not good. And tickets still cost $100 a seat. All right? Oh, yeah. And that's hockey. All right? There's no other hockey team in the league that's doing that. All right?
There's been times when I wanted to go to a Knicks game, and I'm like, all right, they suck. They're not making the playoffs. Let me see how much tickets are just to go to a game. It's like $100 just to go to a game, and they're terrible.
And you're sitting in the nosebleed, back against the fucking wall.
I'm sitting the 200 level because in Madison Square Garden, the 200 level is the higher up. I'm like high 200 level.
Dude, compared to a few years ago, I want to say like 10 years ago, when the Nets were still playing in Jersey in the Meadowlands.
$60 maybe for great.
My neighbor got tickets. We were literally like almost on the floor, and there was nobody there. It's like we left in like I want to say, well, I don't even think we made it to the half because it was just.
It's the same thing with the Devils, right? Same thing with the Devils, but I digress. We're going back to we're talking about football.
We're losing.
The NFL does not need the Jets and the Giants to win games to put people in the seats. People will visit New York from opposing cities' teams.
It's not going to be fun
to visit New York just to be like, oh, I went to New York and I caught my fucking team beat the Jets and or the Giants.
We're not the Jaguars who have to push the London shit. Like we don't. That's not. No,
that's not us. So it's actually in the NFL's best interest to make sure the Jets and Giants lose. Because then the small market teams that suck dick and balls and can't draw a crowd, like the Jacksonville Jaguars, right? They can't draw a fucking crowd. People in Florida are more concerned with the fucking Florida State Seminoles, the Florida Gators, the Miami Hurricanes than they are with the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Miami Dolphins. I
agree with that. I agree with that because I lived in Jacksonville for a year, and if you listen to talk radio, they talk about the Florida Gators and Florida State more than they talk about the Jaguars.
Absolutely. And that's not me hating on the Jags. That's not me hating on the Dolphins. It's the fact of the fucking matter. Most of the people that live in Florida, a lot of them are former New England, New York, PA residents that moved down to a sunnier state, but are still loyal to their hometown team. Okay. That's just the nature of the game. That's why their baseball teams can't sell out either. All right. There's a lot more Yankee fans and fucking Cub fans and Red Sox fans and Philly fans and Pirates fans and Mets fans than there are fucking Marlins and Tampa Bay Ray fans. That's just it. All right. So it's actually in the NFL's best interest to see the Jets and Giants lose. They'll sell out regardless. They need to push Arizona. They need to push fucking Jacksonville. They need to push Indy. They need to push fucking countless other teams across the country that have no following. The LA teams have no following. There's shit to do in LA. LA fans are not. Nobody from LA is from LA. Only people from LA that are from LA are fucking people that are from the poor areas of LA that can't afford to go to a fucking game.
And they need to push Taylor Swift, which is why they lost to Kansas City.
There you go. Well, again, Kansas City is also a small market team.
No, it is a small market team, but right now they're huge because they're defending champions. They won two championships.
And it makes sense. It makes sense.
Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce. So.
It spreads the love. The big city teams don't need to spread the love. The Eagles will sell out. The Jets will sell out. Even New England, to a certain degree, will sell out. Chicago, who's been garbage since 2006, they will sell out.
Oh yeah, 100%.
So
speaking about Chicago, did you guys see that fight that broke out?
I did
like
not.
Oh man, like literally, like just I think somebody like spilled like a mop bucket of water too. So it's just people trying to fight that can't fight, doing the typical like, let's go. And it's like, oh my god, please somebody that knows how to fight just start teeing off. And what happened was the floor was wet and people like running to throw like the random punch to somebody that's not paying attention, and then just missing, and then Three Stooges like woo, 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 and flying.
I gotta
all
watch
over the
this
side.
later.
Hilarious. But I did see somebody get their head stomped on. It's like, that's not cool.
Let's get into the Jets. The Jets beat the Eagles. Nobody gave us a shot. Everybody said you guys can't do it. Guess what? Hold on. Jets. Jets. Rook is so brokenhearted over the fact that the Jets are actually half decent this season that he had to step away for a second just to fucking.
Well, rightly so, dude. We helped him out in his division. Not that it fucking matters, right? Right? Took down his biggest rival team. Okay, not that they ever show up to take down their own rival. And you think they could have done us a favor and took out on the Bills? Like, come on. You should be embarrassed. You can't.
But the Eagles come into town, and the Jets defense puts the womp womp on them. Big time. I want to say, and I might be wrong because I'm still riding high, and now it's becoming one of those situations of legend where the Jets have never in the history of the NFL AFL merger beat the Philadelphia Eagles, and they did it for the first time this past Sunday with a completely just soul crushing, stymieing anything good that you wanted to happen as an Eagles fan. That defense took that, turned it sideways, shined it up real nice, and shoved it straight up your candy ass.
I want to say this is the first time in the past 2 years that Jalen Hurts has looked bad.
Yeah.
Like he was exposed. At the first time, I can't think of another game where he's been picked off that much.
Jalen Hurts, 28 for 45, 280 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions.
I mean, his first couple of years wasn't that good.
But not like that, dude, especially on the run that they've been on, where they're essentially
I agree,
Super Bowl contenders for 2 years now, like a shoo-in to make it through the playoffs. And the Jets, dude, and all their problems and all their issues, and how our own fans give the vitriol to the quarterback, which, hey, don't get me wrong, after 3 games into the season, we were saying the same shit. Before the KC game happened, we were like, yo, dude, Wilson doesn't have it. I don't think he's going to learn it. And then like a switch flipped and he became competent. And that KC game was a testing point and a battleground where he showed that he can do it. Like, it's almost like he figured it out a little bit and then built from there.
The issue is that Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator, came out and said, we need to start offensive coordinating for the quarterback we have, not the quarterback we want. Yes. And it was in the KC game. We're going to build the last 3 weeks. We've been sitting here pretending or trying to, or the last 4, actually it was the last, I want to say it was the last, it was the last 3 weeks. We've been trying to quarterback and game plan the way we did for the preseason with the assumption that Aaron Rodgers would be our quarterback. Well, Aaron Rodgers is not our quarterback. We need to accept that Aaron Rodgers is not our quarterback, and we need to move on from that concept that Aaron Rodgers is our quarterback, because he is not. And they finally game plan for the skill set and the ability of Zach Wilson. And lo and behold, Zach Wilson looks like he can play fucking quarterback in the NFL, albeit maybe a top 20, not a top 10 But for the first time in his career, he's a top 20 quarterback.
Dude, but you know what? At the end of the day, I'm sick of hearing about Justin fucking Fields and people thinking this guy is like the second coming of Jesus Christ. He's fucking Dan Marino out there.
Two bad teams, dude. And he's a fantasy football god. Guess what? Fantasy football is not real football.
Nope. And he's hurt now anyway, so.
But it doesn't matter. Even if he was healthy, he sucks. He sucks, but he'll get no vitriol thrown his way, and everybody will sit there and shit on Zach Wilson, including the New York City media. The only football team that's relevant in New York City right now is the New York Jets, and the fucking media still wants to shit on them. What is wrong with you? Why wouldn't you ride that wave of good vibes and just be like, yo, listen, we've got something cooking right now. Let's get behind this team. No, they just want to be miserable pieces of shit because that's what they are. They go home, their wives yell at them, they get fucking abused at home. Cook me a fucking dinner, bitch. I don't give a shit. You're on the radio all day. Okay, and they take it out on the New York sports fan. They're just miserable fucks. And I'm sorry for cursing so much, but that's what it is. Anytime I can't listen to sports radio in New York City anymore because everybody's a Debbie Downer. A lot of foul language because it's just I'm in a good mood, dude. The Jets are doing what they're supposed to be doing. I'm happy to be a Jet fan right now. I'm excited to turn on the game on Sunday,
First of all, the person I know who you're talking about sucks. Just so you know, he sucks.
I don't understand. I've never heard this man apologize for cursing. I'm confused as to what's happening.
Because I'm taking away from the adulation and the happiness to rip on the New York media. And 2 weeks in a row, I've absolutely just tore into Gio from Boomer and Gio because 3 weeks ago he said that, and I quote, and this is a guy that's supposed to have a working relationship with the New York Jets. Woody Johnson should walk down to the field, take Zach Wilson's helmet, and take a shit in it. And for the last 2 weeks, Zach Wilson should be walking down to WFAN and taking an absolute horrendous White Castle / Taco Bell diarrhea shit into fucking Gio's hat. Okay? The guy is playing out of his mind, put in a situation where he's meant to fail and get shit on.
Let's talk about situations and how he got there. Aaron Rodgers out on the field throwing passes before the last game. What is going on, folks? What's going on? How's this possible?
I think it's just Aaron Rodgers I think he's primed, dude. I think him seeing the team that he has in front of him, right, and the defense that's there and the offensive weapons, I think that dude is just itching to get in there and be a New York Jet. As crazy as that sounds, as ridiculous as that sounds, I think that guy wants to get out there and be like, yo, run a couple plays, let's throw a couple passes, let's embarrass some fools. You know what I mean? And he came out as far as to say that his recovery is way ahead of schedule.
It's because the crystals, it's the ayahuasca, it's the non-Western medicine. It's all that outside.
Oh, like, dude, after the Taylor Swift game and calling Travis Kelce Mr. Pfizer or whatever, like,
yeah,
I love it.
A shaman.
I love it, dude.
He has a shaman that comes over and
good for him. Is he
does
sharing
the Mr. Miyagi?
Is he sharing this information with Elijah Vera Tucker?
Hope so.
I hope so, right? I hope so. But
he's coming back, and it's gonna be so.
It seems like he might come back in December.
The question is, right? If the Jets, and I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, if the Jets miraculously make it to the playoffs, let's say the Jets win a playoff game, is Aaron Rodgers your starting quarterback next season, regardless if he comes back healthy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He's Aaron Rodgers.
He's Aaron Rodgers.
He's paid for.
Question.
He's going to put fans in the stands.
Unless Aaron Rodgers sits there and goes, you guys are in good hands with Zach Wilson and I'm quitting, then yeah.
I don't think he wants. I think Aaron Rodgers wants to be like, dude, he wants to be the center of New York. He wants to be that like
after
star.
Years of being completely irrelevant in Green Bay. And when I say irrelevant, I don't mean irrelevant in the football terms. I mean that if you don't watch football, you have no fucking clue who Aaron Rodgers is. But if you're from New York, and even if you don't watch baseball, you still know who A-Rod and Jeter are.
Yes.
There's a street named after Mariano Rivera in New York City. The guy pitched one inning of baseball like 60 times a season for like 15 years. Do that math. I don't know what that math is, right? But it's not more than Aaron. It's not more time than Aaron Rodgers spent as quarterback of the Green Bay Packers. And the best that the Packers could do for him would be to name a street after him in fucking Green Bay, Wisconsin, who, if they didn't have a football team in the NFL, nobody would even know that town fucking existed.
Dude, what is there to do in Green Bay other than watch the Packers on Sunday?
Nothing.
So,
people
live in a market where in New York City,
in homes, in townhouses.
In New York City, on a daily basis, you can go see one of 15 plays on Broadway, right? You can go to the Rangers or the Yankees or see the Mets, right? The Knicks, the Nets in Brooklyn.
You can go see the WNBA if you wanted.
Nobody wants to do that. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. You know what I mean? You could just go walk around the city. You can go to countless restaurants that are just like the reason why there's a Food Network is to show all these awesome restaurants that we have in like
fucking museums,
block,
the ballet,
block after block. Right. There's a million and one things to do to entertain yourself in New York City. But you go see a Jet game and Aaron Rodgers is the center of the universe. That's a big deal. Like being the center of the universe of a small town like Green Bay versus being the center of the sports universe of New York City. That's a tremendous, tremendous thing. And I think he wants to be here. I think he wants to come back. I think that dude, if he gets cleared or convinces his doctor, like, dude, I'm good, get me back in, he will 100%. If he has a sliver of hope, he'll be back this year. If they tell him, dude, you might actually be able to make the last 2 games of the year, he's going to make the last 2 games of the year.
Yeah.
I think he wants it that bad enough. And as a fan, how do you not love that?
I agree.
So dude, listen, I'm not sitting here telling you the Jets are making the playoffs because we have a long road ahead of us and we have to put the effort in to get these wins. Okay. We had to intercept Jalen Hurts 3 times. Like this is no easy task or feat, and we get it done and we get a win. And that's how our wins are going to have to come. Hard fought, 110% effort, grit, and a little bit of luck. And hopefully the fucking refs don't screw us if Taylor Swift is in town. Like that's essentially what we're at right now. But I can honestly say after week 3, I had no confidence in this team and I was pissed off. And the biggest thing I was worried about was the defense kind of getting pissy with the offense constantly coming off the field and the defense being overplayed. And that's where you get the kind of infighting amongst then it becomes 2 separate teams, defense and offense, and you have an issue and people want to get traded and move along. And yet we don't have that situation right now. So I'm pretty damn happy.
Jets also traded Mecole.
Yeah, I was going to say you guys just had that situation, but it's gone now because he got traded. So.
Yeah, Mecole Hardman got traded for a 6th-round pick, which in my mind, the Jets traded Mecole Hardman and a 7th-round pick for a 6th-round pick from the Chiefs. To me, that says that Mecole Hardman just wasn't worth anything to the Jets, and even more so that he wasn't worth anything to the Chiefs either.
He signed a 1-year deal with the Jets, and like they just didn't use him, and then like he just wanted to be out of there already. It's not that he wanted to be out of there; it's that he wanted to play, and I understand that. And he came out and said, he goes, "Listen, I don't want to be traded. I just want to play." And he wasn't playing. Xavier Gibson came in and basically took his role. And if Xavier Gibson can get in there and play consistently and take away repetitions from Randall Cobb, I think the Jets have found a diamond in the rough with this kid. Maybe we see a little bit more Jason Brownlee now that Hardman is gone. Maybe it's the bye week coming up. The Jets have already had a trade. Maybe the Jets trade for one of these wide receivers that's on the chopping block. Somebody like I can't remember his last name, or Terrace Marshall from the Panthers, Mooney from the Bears, somebody like that. Maybe they get somebody from the Cardinals, Hollywood Brown, or Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry Fitzgerald doesn't play football anymore, but all right, yeah. So, or I was actually thinking somebody like Hollywood Brown. They pick up somebody like Hunter Renfrow from the Raiders. Shit, maybe they go crazy and somehow pull off Devontae Adams from the Raiders, who are also 3-3. But I still don't think anybody's expecting the Raiders to make the playoffs. Honestly, if you
don't want to pay that contract though.
No, if you can figure it out, you do. Why not?
No, I'm saying if you can, but I don't know. He's not going to take the pay cut.
I'm not saying he will. I'm saying is that they can figure it out. There's no such thing as a salary cap. We've learned that from multiple sports at this point.
No, yeah.
It's fake.
I'm with you. Listen, it's not our money, but it's fake.
Aaron Rodgers was owed $80 million until he came to the Jets. Now he's owed like $5 million a year in perpetuity.
Yeah, forever. I know.
Yeah, and who gives a shit about that $5 million? Like, really? Like,
I'll take
but we'll see what happens
it.
after the Jets bye. Who do the Giants play on Sunday, Rook?
The Commanders.
Okay, I mean that's a game they can win.
It's a winnable game
without Daniel Jones. They can absolutely win that.
Yeah,
I think the Commanders spent a first-round pick on a cornerback who they are now benching outright. He's just not playing.
My thing is, if they lose this game to the Commanders, the season's done. The season's already done. It's 1-5, but you never know. They have winnable games. They have the Commanders, the Jets. They have the Patriots.
Jets are not a winnable game.
Jets are a winnable game for you guys.
Not even close.
If Zach Wilson reverts,
even if Zach Wilson lost both of his arms,
my man
Hall is still gonna rape your Giants.
Listen, put your money where your mouth is. You want to do like a fucking naked lap bet?
I'm about to take a lap.
The Jets
why not? That's a winnable game, right? You should have like a 50-50 coin flip. But you run around your neighborhood naked if the Jets win, and I'll run around.
I knew you guys were gonna get mad about that. That's why I said
it's not about mad.
I
just
don't know why you're like
you're in a fantasy world, dude.
I'm trying to say is it in front of them? Yeah. Is that a game they could possibly win? Of course they can.
No, it's not.
Hold on. Whoa.
Not even a little bit.
Time
what
out.
are you going to win with? What are you going to win with?
Stop.
Your amazing offense against one of the best defenses in the league? What are you fucking talking about?
Hold on.
Dude,
did you just quote fucking Aaron Boone?
What did I say?
It's right in front of us.
It is right in front of us.
Like, you're in a fantasy world if you think you have a shot. Your team has shown absolutely nothing. Nothing. And you think that's a game that you could possibly
in front of us. You quoted fucking Aaron Boone. Oh my god.
Wait, I just love how triggered you guys got because I said that.
It's not triggered. It's like, dude,
you're so bad right now.
It's not dude. That's like sitting there saying, like, hey guys, you know what? I know football's the number one sport, but I think next year the WNBA has a chance of taking over the market. You should get something thrown at your fucking head. That's essentially what you just said. It is. It's 100% what you said. What do you have going for you right now as far as the Giants? Tyrod Taylor, congratulations. You're doing a great
job. All right. Here's the thing.
There's no thing. You guys,
Zach Wilson's their quarterback. He could revert at any point.
Even if he
Giants
has
been playing better.
The fucking defense can beat you by themselves.
TJ, you asked me why I think it might be a winnable game, and then as soon as I start talking, you guys get triggered. I'm just gonna say you guys are being very triggered. It's as if I handed you a Bud Light, TJ. You're getting very upset about this. No, I'm just saying. Listen, if the defense is starting to play a little better, if Zach Wilson reverts a little bit, makes a couple turnovers, Giants turn into some points. You never know. It can happen.
I do know, and that would not happen.
Every given Sunday.
The Jets just beat the fucking Eagles. They should have beat the Chiefs. All right, like they beat the Bills, the team that just beat you the other day. Like there's no world that I can think of where somebody's like, yeah, the Giants totally got a shot against the Jets.
But I'm not saying the Giants have. I'm saying
you said they have winnable games, and you mentioned the Jets. It's just not. It's not a winnable game.
Yeah, the Commanders, the Jets, the Patriots.
That is not a winnable game against the
Commanders
Jets.
Again.
Not winnable. I mean, on any given Sunday, you can win or you can lose. That's true.
Yes.
But if you're going to sit there and circle the Jets as a game that, we have a shot there, you're just kidding yourself. I'm not mad at you. I'm just like, that's ridiculous.
I'm not kidding myself.
And I don't think the Jets are great. I just think the Giants are bad.
It's just a nonsensical statement. The defense alone can beat the Giants.
100%. We just saw that on Sunday when they beat the Eagles.
You never know.
You're out of your mind. You have nothing going for you. You have no wide receivers, dude. You have a running back that's like, yeah, great. He's back. Oh, guess what they're going to do now? I don't know. Run the ball. Like, yeah, you got us. You
By the time we play the Giants, we'll have both of our starting top 10 cornerbacks back. So you guys can't throw the ball in the first place, let alone against the top fucking 2 cornerbacks in the NFL.
And we're going to have our left tackle back, Andrew Thomas. So the offensive line's going to be fixed.
Have you seen our defensive ends?
Fixed. Andrew Thomas is
not better than any of our defensive ends.
I don't know about that.
He's not. Andrew Thomas is
one of the best offensive line. He's the best.
Andrew Thomas is one player who plays his position consistently throughout the game. The Jets have like 7 defensive ends. And if one of them can't beat them, the guy that's coming in to relieve him, by the time Andrew Thomas is sitting there going, can I get a fucking break? The next guy's coming in ready to beat the shit out of him, man.
Come on, one chip challenge.
Like, I'm not mad.
I'll bet you.
Don't do this to yourself, man. Don't do it.
One chip challenge. Put your money where your mouth is, or the heat where your mouth is. One chip challenge.
I would never do the one chip challenge at all.
How about I'll give you 3-1 odds. I'll do 3 1-chip challenges. The fucking Giants
I
win
don't-
this year.
I don't need you to eat 3 chips. I'm just
I
saying.
can though, because it's not going to happen.
It's not outside the realm of possibility that the Giants could beat the Jets. Just saying.
It's very slim.
I said it's out.
That
not
might be the
outside
Jets'
realm of
best odds
possibility.
this season.
Well, let's see what the odds are next week.
That might be the Jets' best odds this season.
Well, we'll see. Let's see when next week. We'll see what the odds are.
That's sad, man.
I
The Jets
guarantee
get
you,
chosen to
you're
lose
an
every week.
underdog by 4 at least.
We might actually
4
be the
points at least.
favorite for a change. Like for the
We're going to be the
the first
favorite
time
in that game.
Oh, you will be
We're definitely going to be the favorite in that game.
favorites. But
4 to
I don't think
6
it's gonna be more
points
than a
they're
field
going to
goal.
be laying.
It's not going to be. The Jets are not laying 6 points. I'm sorry.
4 to 6.
The Jets probably win by 14 points, dude.
Are you out of your
No.
mind? The whole point is to entice the bettor to bet the Giants.
The Jets
And nobody's
defense-
betting the Giants right now. So they're
Hold on.
4 to 6 points. You think 6 points is too high for the Jets to lay against the Giants?
Yes.
The
Jets,
defense can score 10 points by themselves. Like
the
stop.
Giants couldn't score 9
Have they,
points
though?
against
I haven't
the
heard
Bills,
the
and the
defense
Jets have a
score.
better defense than the
You
Jets.
guys said when was the last time defense scored?
The Jets?
Yeah.
The defense has put us in
this
every
week.
scoring position that we've gotten in.
This week, the Jets scored. We ran one back for a touchdown.
Oh, did you? I didn't see that.
It was a pick six.
All right, you're too busy
All right,
watching
take it
your
back.
shitty Giants.
It wasn't a pick six. He picked it off and ran it back to the 4-yard line. But the previous week, Bryce Hall picked up a fumble from Russell Wilson and ran it back for a touchdown.
Dude,
That
you
was
just
the last
broke it
time
down
they-
yourself with
Oh,
your
yeah.
critique of the Giants. Have the Giants gotten in the end zone in the first half all year?
No, I said it. I said that. They
How are you
haven't.
winning then?
The Jets have.
How are you winning?
We'll have to see.
The
Yeah.
Jets are a top
See
5
what?
defense, man.
We'll see. We'll
The
see.
Jets are a
Come on,
top
bro.
5 defense.
I didn't say they're winning. I said it's a winnable game.
It's
No,
not.
it's not the same
It's
thing.
not.
It's
I'm not.
the
I'm
same
not
thing.
mad. I'm not
Different.
excited. I'm sorry for you.
Dude,
I feel
dude,
like
if
Harry
you want to
Potter
sit there,
at the end of the movie where he's just like, "No one loves you," and I feel sorry for you. When
No,
he tells
the
that to
fucking-
Voldemort, that's
look-
how I feel about you and the Giants right now.
no, you're way off. He's fucking Rick Moranis right now, and he's gonna be standing outside of Giant Stadium like one game, and somebody's gonna throw fucking something at you and be like, "Yo, fuck off, dude."
I'm telling you guys,
Like
you never know.
it
could happen.
I do know. Like,
It
come
can
on, man.
happen.
All
You know
right.
who else was very confident this week coming in? The Eagles were very confident about beating the Jets, and they lost. So you guys think it's
Yeah.
confidence you may have. You have a
I
little.
have
bye
no
week.
confidence. I
take
have
a little-
confidence in the
take a
fact that
little
your team
break.
sucks worse.
You take a little break, get Wilson healthy. Maybe Aaron Rodgers comes back with little crystals, makes some sort of miracle return against the Giants.
That's
But,
not
oh
gonna happen.
God.
We don't need that to happen. Like,
Just
I'm
saying.
not
I want
hating.
so
I'm
bad.
Like,
So bad. I hope fucking they start Daniel Jones against the Jets. I hope that's his comeback. Oh, Daniel Jones is back. $40 million. And it's just a
Sorry.
fucking shit show.
And I feel sorry for you.
that's. I feel like that's just. I'm not mad. I'm not triggered. I'm not upset. I'm just.
TJ's triggered.
That's
I'm upset because I'm on a sports podcast with somebody that's throwing takes out there like that. It's terrible.
We'll see. That's why they play the games, TJ. That's why they play
We'll
the
see
games.
what happens further down the road. That's all we have for you. We'll catch y'all
It's right in front of us.
next week. It's right in front of the Giants. They're right there, you know.
Guy fucking ate a sandwich in our face talking shit like, oh, yeah, the Giants might win. It's
We
pretty
got
good.
dinners to eat.
fuck
Take
outta
it
here.
easy, ladies and gentlemen. We'll catch you.